2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians 5 from verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house, this tent, is destroyed, we have a building from God, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. In this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed with our habitation, which is from heaven. If indeed, having been clothed, we shall not be found naked. For we who are in this tent groan, being burdened, not because we want to be unclothed, but further clothed, that mortality may be swallowed up by life. Now he who has prepared us for this very thing is God, who also has given us the Spirit as a guarantee. From these short scriptures I want to read, I want to give you an assurance that we have a superior body that is prepared for us in heaven. This body is failing. Some of you, your body may be failing you now. Your leg is getting tired. You get old, you discover that standing is becoming difficult. Over time, some of your organs may be failing already, and then gradually you get to a certain level. This body is worn out and you die, and you leave this body. But the good news is God has prepared a body for you in heaven, that when you leave this body, you will be clothed with a body that will never corrupt it, never decay again. Can I hear any amen to that? Then let's read the next verse 6 to 10. He says, so we are always confident, knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, yes, well pleased rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Therefore we make it our aim, whether present or absent, to be well pleasing to him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive the things done in the body according to what he has done, whether good or bad. The second point I want to make is that this body God has given to you is a gift, and this body is timed. There is a limit to how much you are going to possess this body. A time is coming when your clock clicks off, you are going to leave this body. And when we get to heaven, the reward God will give you will be based on everything you do with the body while in this body. You will never be rewarded for what you do with the body. You will get over there. But this body God has given to you, everything you do with it is based on what God is going to reward you. Some people are busy getting fun, having fun with the body, wasting away the time, instead of accumulating for them reward in heaven. The next verse I want to read, in accordance to this, which is our anchor text, is verse 14 to 15. For the love of Christ, sorry, I'm coming. Verse 14 to 15, yes. For the love of Christ compels us, because we judged us that if one died for all, then all died. And he died for all, that those who live should live no longer for themselves, but for him who died for them and rose again. Therefore, from now on, we regard no one according to the flesh. Even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, yet now we know him thus no longer. He died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but live for who? For Christ. Now I'm going to come to talk about it. There are three types of living. Number one, living for men. We call them people pleasers. Number two, living for self. We call them self pleasers. And number three, living for God. We call them God pleasers. Now in men pleasers, you look at Matthew 25 from verse 5 to 7. I'm trying to finish everything in 15 to 20 minutes so that the man of God can come up. Matthew 25 from verse 5. You are the air I breathe, oh Lord. 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 You are. Sorry, I think I missed the verse, but this is what Jesus said in the verse. He said, do not do your righteous act before men to be seen by them. If you do that, you have already received your reward. He said, do not pray like the hypocrites pray, that they want to pray so that they will be seen by men. If you do that, you have already received your reward. He said, these people, the Pharisees, how did they do? He said, they make their phylacteries wide and the tassels of their garment long. They love greetings in the marketplaces, and they want people to call them rabbi, man of God, men of God, women of God, and stuff like that. He said, what? They have already what? Received their reward. And then I have another verse here, Colossians 3, 23 to 24. Colossians 3, 23 to 24. Oh Lord, you are the air I breathe. Oh Lord. Colossians 3, 23 to 24. He says, and whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Christ. Hallelujah. Then the last verse in this point, Matthew 6, 1 to 6. Messiah, you are Messiah, Messiah, Messiah. Matthew 6, 1 to 6. Take heed that you do not do your charity deeds before men, to be seen by them, otherwise you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogue and in the street, that they may have glory from men. As surely I say to you, they have their reward. But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in the secret, and your Father who sees in the secret will himself reward you openly. Now, these verses I've read, and the other one that I missed, he says the Pharisees, everything they do is done for men to see. Now, the first category of people we talk about is people pleaser. People that are living their life to please others. People that are living their life for the sake of others. Now, please, I want you to listen very well. The world doesn't care about you. Listen well. The world doesn't like you. The world doesn't love you. The people you are trying to impress are not concerned about you one bit. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, hung on the cross and died. The sun rose that day and set. People went to the market and sold things. People opened their shops. People married. People gave birth. If Jesus, the Son of God, died and life moved on, how much more of you? You would only learn this lesson, sadly, when you die, that the world doesn't really care about you. The world is not concerned about you. The day you die, life will move on as if you have never been there. The day you die, the people you are killing yourself for will still live on as if you are not there. Today you are denying yourself what to eat, what to drink. You think, okay, you had a need and you say, let me not meet my need. I have this person's need. Let me meet the person's need. The day you die, the person will live on as if you have never been there. That is the world for you. The people you are killing yourself for don't care about you. They only care about themselves. Everybody is only concerned about himself. In fact, some of those people, the parting word that will depart between you and them is that the day you die, R.I.P. Some of them won't have patience to put rest in peace. The rest in peace is too long for them. Your close friend that you think this is my paddy, my bestie, the day you die, in the morning she will put your picture. Oh, this is shocking. I can't believe this. My friend, you can't be going, oh no. And she will put this emoji of many crying. In the evening of that same day, she will post another picture cruising in the beach. Life moves on. The next day, that same person will put life is good. I thought the person is crying for you. See, for me, if I die, the only way the world will have celebrated me is if everybody in the world closed their shop. No shop is open. All schools are closed. People refuse eating. Nobody say, I'm going to eat. They say, please eat. Eat. No, they say, no, this person have died. I won't eat again. For like 3 months, nobody is eating. The whole world. No shop is opening. No content. Even my spirit now look how the world mourn. I say, okay, thank you. It's okay. Now you people can now go back. You have really celebrated my hard work. But the funny part is the day you die, all the years of suffering, the farm you went to, went and gathered in, the way the money you wasted in training your children, the sleepless night, your prayer and fasting will be summarized in one sentence or two sentences. That is how people will summarize your 100 years of living. The only person that died that I saw the celebration was somehow good was evangelist Billy Graham. When American flag was brought halfway, for his sake, he was celebrated like the president. He saw mourning for a long time. The whole world, everybody, even the greatest ministers we are hearing about, we are celebrating them. Some of us, the day we die, not even one newspaper will carry the news about your death. In fact, the way they are mourning you, give it 1 week later, somebody else will die. They will be mourning the person. They will forget about you. So the world doesn't care about you. Now that you are there, they are doing as if you are everything. The day you die, in fact, in your burial, they'll be rushing. The people that came to cry in your burial will come with extra food flasks to pack food to their children at home. That is when you know they don't care about you. In this town, they do that a lot. In burial, as they are coming, what are they coming with? Extra flasks. What will they do? Pack rice and food. You thought they are mourning you. They will pack the rice and chicken, and some people will come with opener in your burial. They will come and open Coke and take, open Fanta and take, and pack extra food. Some will even fight on top of the food that they are sharing in your burial. The world does not care about you. The world does not love you. So all the effort of killing yourself to impress them, to please them, you are denying yourself doing one thing or the other because of somebody. The day you die, that person will move on. See, even the people they give birth to you, your father and mother born you, you slept in the same womb. The day you die, that is when you will know that your true family are number one, your father and mother, number two, your children. Even your blood brothers, sometimes you see where somebody die and leave inheritance. His own brother will not leave the inheritance for his children. Pack the thing for himself. Somebody they slept in the same womb with. You are only brothers and sisters with them when you are still in your father's house. By the time they create their own family, they treasure their family even more than you that you slept in the same womb with. Am I speaking the truth to somebody? It is just for you to know the world doesn't care about you. So all the people that are living to please men are wasting their time. All the people that are living to satisfy the world, to make the world happy, everything you are doing it so that somebody will see. That person you are doing it for the person to see doesn't care about you. That person doesn't love you. That person is not concerned about you. So somebody will ask me, so if I should not live for anybody, since this is how the world is, this is how easily people can forget about me, who should I live with? People of the world will tell you, live for yourself, only you, be happy. Somebody say, me, I want to be happy in life. I don't want any problem. I won't kill myself for anybody. I will kill myself for myself. Should you live for yourself? I will tell you the error of living for yourself. Do you know even King Solomon, after he thought about life and he analyzed how easily people forget the dead, in Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verses 24, Solomon said, I saw this life and discover its vanity, and I recommend only one thing: eat and drink and enjoy yourself, because that is the only lot and reward you have from God under the heaven. Go back again to the same Ecclesiastes 8 verses 15. King Solomon still recommend. The only recommendation is what? Give yourself happiness, give yourself enjoyment, give yourself pleasure. Somebody say, don't kill yourself. Take money, go and buy chill coke, buy chicken, sit down, eat and enjoy for your dear life. Is living for yourself the ultimate in life? I tell you, Solomon said that because he has not discovered true purpose. Solomon said that because he has not seen any meaning to life. Because even the children that you even leave inheritance for, you don't know whether they will be wise or foolish. One man we saw somewhere, he was going to sell his land. He was telling us he will not leave one thing for his children, that he has trained them in school. He said even his short knickers, he will sell them. Am I talking to somebody? So should you live for yourself, you will discover the vanity of living for yourself. After you live for yourself, some people, that is their logo. Somebody said, me, I will just suffer for myself and eat it for myself. And when you die, that is the end of it. You have no reward for eating for yourself, dying for yourself. And if, like the atheist said, if you die, your memory is deleted, you don't even know yourself, no consciousness of yourself, what becomes of your reward? You can't even, if actually what they say is right, then when you die, there will be no you to even remember that you once enjoyed for yourself. So even living for yourself, spending for yourself, and doing everything for yourself is what? Is vanity. Look at what Peter said in 1 Peter 4 verse 1 to 4. 1 Peter 1 from verse 1 to 4. When you are there, when you are there. When you are there, 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 when you are there. 1 Peter 4 verse 4. Therefore, since Christ suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself also with the same mind. For he who has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh for the lust of men, but for the will of God. For we have spent enough of our past lifetime in doing the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lawlessness, lust, drunkenness, rivalries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. In regard to this, they think it strange that you do not run with them in the same flood of dissipation, speaking evil of you. Now he said, these people in those days, what do? They live the rest of their life for themselves, enjoying themselves. Since you can't kill yourself for people, what should you kill yourself for? Kill yourself for yourself. He said, in those days you used to live for yourself, my happiness. You are only concerned about yourself. Even that kind of life is vanity. It's empty that goes to the grave. So as people say, your happiness, live for yourself, make yourself happy. That is not the right way to live. That is not the perfect way to live. Chasing your happiness, looking for things that will make you happy. Somebody say, me, I don't want anything sorrow, anything that will make me sad. I just want my peace of mind. I just want my happiness. I'm just living my life for myself. I don't care about anybody. That is not the excellent life to live. I will show you finally the best life to live. And that is the third category of living. Living for God. God pleases. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verses 9. 2 Corinthians 5:9. There's turning back again. Jehovah has done it well. There's no turning back again. Jehovah has done it well. There's no turning back again. Jehovah. He said, therefore we make it our aim, whether present or absent, to be well pleasing to him. A life that is well pleasing to God. That is the excellent life to live. Not living your life to make yourself happy, but living your life to make God happy. That is the life of purpose. That is the life with a reward. Now, I'm not saying you should not help people. Listen to me. What I'm saying is, when you help people, don't help them because of them. Help them because of God. Because God will reward you for helping them. If you help them because of them, the Bible says, if you only give to those who will give back to you, what are you doing better than others? As you give him so that he will give you back, as he's giving you back, you have received your reward already. The problem with a lot of people is, you help somebody, and if the person forget about you one day, you get angry and say, the person has forgotten about me. You gave expecting the person to give you back. And as far as God is concerned, there is no reward from your Father in heaven. In fact, human nature have shown that the people you help are the people that will bite you at the end of the day. The people you help are the people that will come and bite you at the end of the day. A man one day saw a snake. The man saw a snake trapped somewhere. And when the man saw the snake trapped, a man went somewhere, and then I think a snake was trapped somewhere in his throat. As the snake was trapped in his throat, the man was concerned. He could not close his mouth again. He was like this. His mouth was like this, looking for how he's going to come out of that a predicament. And then a bird was passing, and when the bird saw that the snake was there in the man's throat, the man said, what is he going to do to get the snake out? Then the bird said, this is what you're going to do. Lie down and open your mouth, and then I'm going to distract the snake, and when the snake comes out, they will kill the snake, and then you'll be free. And the man opened his mouth, and the bird distracted the snake out. And when the snake came out, immediately it came out, the man now grabbed the snake and killed it. The man now became concerned. He said, I'm disturbed. The poison of this snake in my stomach How am I going to do? And the bird said to him, the only remedy for snake poison is get 5 birds and eat them. When you eat 5 birds, you will be cured of the snake poison. The man looked at the bird. He said, you are one of the birds. You will do for a start. And he grabbed the bird and took it home to go and kill it to eat for the poison. And when he went home, and the wife said, where did you get this bird from? And the man explained what happened. And the wife said to him, what kind of a person are you? This snake just saved your life. And then you brought, and this bird just saved your life. And you want to kill the bird. The woman went and opened the cage to free the bird. As she opened the cage, before the bird fly away, the bird removed one of her eyes and went away. That is human nature for you. The very one you held is the one that is going to bite you at the back. So that is why, if you are helping people, help them for the sake of God, knowing that only God in heaven can reward you. So if a man is living for God, it does not mean he will not help people. This teaching is not to pollute your mind against human beings, but for you to know that you are living and you are doing for God. If you do for them, they appreciate it, good and fine. They don't appreciate it, you didn't do it for them, you did it for God. When we stand before God, God is going to reward you. And the life of anyone that is lived to please God is the life that will generate reward and excellency at the end of the day. So number 1, stop living for people. Number 2, stop living for yourself and start living for God. Can we stand up on our feet? We've come to draw from you again. If you want to start living for Christ and stop living for yourself, I want you to raise your hands. In 1 minute, I will say a word of prayer for you. Just raise your hands. You are saying, God, I need grace now to stop living for myself, to stop living for people and start living for you. Just lift up your hands. Father, I pray that every hand lifted, grace will be released to start living for you. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.